Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Semi-Perfect Podcast, September 22nd, 2021. We're in a very interesting bubble of time right now because we've just released a Bronies React last night, 24 hours ago, and we are, I don't know, somewhere in the realm of 48 hours away from the Generation 5 movie kicking off. So yeah, we are right at the cusp. We're basically Generation 4. No, let me start over. Generation 5 is about to begin, but Generation 4 will live on forever. Yeah. Aww.
Yeah.
So yeah. We again, for timestamp situations of when this is. I see Missy in the chat with those eyes. Missy, we saw you last night. Yeah, no, this was the Bronies React to the first ever episode of Generation 4, Magic of Friendship. And yeah, so it was a fun look back after 11 years of that having been released. But we'll get back to that. Again, we got, I guess for intros, we got Jaxblade.
Yo, what's up?
We got PaleoSteno.
Hello.
We got Saber.
I give you permission to say hello to me.
Oh, he says hi. He's doing something.
Oh, it's funny because I heard that.
Yeah, we heard it.
And,
Okay, cool.
and we have Laura.
To go full cringe.
Steven, would you like to say hello for me now?
Hello.
Is that what I sound like?
Man.
I'm sorry, what?
Laura's been smoking a lot.
Yeah, you know, I'm trying to give it up.
I can't tell that you've tried. But, yeah, so we're going to be doing our usual food posts, weekly catch-ups, talking about Bronies React, and we'll also be discussing, and I want to hit this early, we're going to be discussing kind of just like our thoughts going into the G5 movie, but it's going to be completely devoid of any form of spoilers. Like,
We don't know anything.
Yeah, we don't know anything. So we're not like going into saying, oh, we've seen images that probably mean this. Like, that's not what we're going to be doing. We're just going to be discussing like our thoughts.
We're gonna nerd out.
We're gonna nerd. Yeah. So just in case anyone's like a little apprehensive, don't be. We're not discussing. Again, I know Laura and I are both probably in the same boat, and probably a lot of others here where I'm like avoiding everything that.
Nobody here knows anything other than beans, so that's it.
Yeah. Like, in fact, that's all we're going to talk about.
Is the beans.
The beans.
Beans.
So yeah. But why don't we kick off with our food post, Sarah? I want to know what people are eating because I haven't.
Okay. Hold on a second. Let me pull that up.
So, here we go. I've already seen people talking about the pride that they have of their food posts today. So,
I'm out of them today.
oh good, because I'm hungry. We're gonna kick off with Jory. Says Semi-Perfect Podcast, sesame chicken with rice and Saberspark U2's figure I finally got in the mail.
Nice.
Nice.
I hope you're eating that too.
Yeah.
It's high.
Yeah.
Much fiber.
You got to deep fry it.
Yeah.
Are you sweet or sour, Saberspark?
Maybe both.
Dog food flavored. Well, cool. Sesame chicken.
Yeah.
It's really good though.
Nice.
Like
That
the
does.
food. And that YouTube's figure to go. Delivery was throttled a bit, but I'm glad they're showing up.
Yeah, they're dealing with stuff from COVID still, right? Delivery issues.
It's taking a moment, but at least they're starting to go through.
Yeah.
Or have been.
They're like, yeah,
Mine
COVID.
threw it out.
COVID did it.
I still stand by
Said
that.
it.
All my figures got stuck in the Suez Canal.
They're like, we need to throw some weight off the ship to save the boat. What are these Saberspark U2's figures? Those go first.
They just start showing up like, on the coast everywhere.
Oh my god, yes.
On the beach. All right, we got Nathaniel Foga currently having a sub sandwich, which has pastrami, turkey, salami, bacon, topped with provolone and white cheddar cheese, with a spread of jalapeno cheese dip and spicy blueberry jelly. It's definitely turned out pretty delicious.
Gotta be real though. That sandwich looks like a sandwich. Like
Yeah, it
something
does.
Whatever. It's like a prop almost.
Yeah, like it's. I don't believe this is a real picture. I'm calling you
Thing
out.
that like in cartoons where they open the fridge at midnight and there's a sandwich on a plate. That's what it is.
It is. All
Sandwich.
it's missing is like, what's that thing they always put in? Like it's got the toothpick and like the olive.
Yep.
And I was always like, why? But it seems so necessary.
I think they have vegetable.
Ew. I like the sound of jalapeno cheese dip
Yeah.
part of this, but I gotta say, the turn here is spicy blueberry jelly.
Intriguing. Like enough to be like, ooh, let
Yeah.
me dip my pinky in
That's some
that.
like shaggy shit right there.
That's interesting, Nathaniel. Props to you.
And to add,
Describe to us how it tastes.
yes,
Yeah.
In song.
I want to add that this thing not
Real
only
fast.
is.
I want to put a little this on the back burner after we get through our weekly updates and whatnot. I want to discuss a cartoon trope of the permanent record. I want to discuss that.
Okay. Okay. Permanent record.
Permanent
Noted. I
record.
was just gonna say that there's an electrical cord coming out of the sandwich too, so now you know it's legit. All right. Next up, we got Boobles. Oh, Paleo's gonna like this one. Boobles. Before cheese powder, after cheese powder. Having a good old pizza for the podcast. All right. Look at before.
Nice.
Before cheese powder.
And now after.
After.
Wait, go back to the before. That is some old school looking Pizza Hut like logo there. Like
Yeah.
Oh, this is Shantae.
I just want to know, is this aged cheese? Like, have they been holding this since like 1987? And they're
Crusty aging this cheese in their kitchen drawer.
Yes, fine vintage
maybe we're
craft singles.
Or maybe Pizza Hut's doing a little bit of throwback, vintage styled stuff that they're.
Good.
I'm so hungry already, and
Yeah.
we're 3 posts in.
Get yourself a snack, dude.
Yeah.
But Sarah's already sitting next to
Ah!
Damn.
I was actually gonna say
Coming
I
out the
am a
gate.
snack, but
Go get yourself a snack while I
Look at
read
this
this
thing.
next one.
but I want to see.
I'm gonna stop you right
We'll
there.
still
Look
be
at
talking
the
about
orange
it.
of this thing.
What is this?
From Anime Guy
The
01,
apple
this week
in
I'm
a
making.
four-way goes terribly right.
Get out of my
making
house.
Burgers whole. While the show is going on, but I do have dinner from yesterday. Little Caesar's Crazy Calzone Pizza.
A calzone pizza? What the frick?
What the hell is a calzone pizza?
Looks like
Yeah,
it's
I'm assuming you
like,
take a calzone, which is just a pizza
Alright.
folded in half, and then you layer another pizza on top of it.
Wow.
it's like
Okay,
geez,
I have-
that looks very suggestive.
Steven, I swear to God.
Tell me more, Saber.
That was right here.
God.
It looks like that thing Michelangelo threw, like fucking shuriken pizza that he had. That's what it looks like.
The team
You know,
would
for a
see all
second
that
there, I
one
thought you were
corner.
talking about the classic artist and not the Ninja Turtle.
I'm just
I got very confused.
Yes.
how warm and squishy were the insides of each of those entry points?
Probably pretty squishy.
I mean, yeah.
Oh,
Get
God.
get your friends together and
Cowboy.
More entry points.
Please.
oh god, it looks good. We got a super chat, by the way.
Yeah.
And that is from. I'm gonna need you to scroll.
Hold up.
I'm gonna need. That is from
Ambizar?
Ambizar saying, just wanted to thank you guys for trucking with the fandom as long as you have. I love you all, and I hope to see you at BabsCon this year. Woo! Well, thank you for sticking with us.
Yeah.
BabsCon.
I think it's next year.
Oh, next year.
Yes.
Yeah, because didn't that
I was like, it's September.
You're like, wait a minute. But yes, I believe they mean in, what, about 6 months, 7 months? BabsCon.
yeah, April next year.
Yes, then. Princess Deadpool sent in a... Oh, wow, there's a lot going on in this one. Before and after shot of the steak I cooked tonight. Got it to medium, just how I like it. For dessert will be a few warheads. I love sour candy. And have an extra pic of my kitty Daisy still in a cone because she got fixed a week ago.
Don't tease your cat.
She was broken?
Yeah, they had to fix her.
She is now, or rather, yeah.
We got a boneless New York steak
So we went from the cow bone to the boneless steak. Okay.
with some bread rolls and some rice and some green beanies.
Green
Call it a
beanies.
Green beanies. And steak. That looks pretty good.
Nice. I have not made my own steak. And
Did you really just call it a cowbone?
Saber did.
Ah,
That was
Oh,
I was borrowing that from him. Extreme sour hard candy. So, am I the only one who's? So I've eaten warheads on Ready Player Dumb,
I can't do them.
and they've actually made my tongue bleed.
Yeah.
Like I was like, wow,
Wow.
my tongue hurts from this, and then
Yeah,
Sarah's like, oh yeah,
there was an episode that we had to stop filming in the middle of it because his tongue actually started bleeding.
yeah.
Why would you stop
Yeah,
filming? That's
wow.
bonus material.
Well, we got the bonus material, and then
Yeah, and then we had to take care of the problem.
I.
Oh, wow.
No, there's an episode of, I think it was Red Dead out there somewhere that
Yeah.
has Jeffrey's bleeding tongue in it.
Mm.
So,
oh God.
Yeah.
And there's Kitty.
Kitty cat.
There's
Like a kitty.
Daisy, no longer broken, now fixed.
Yeah. We got Taylor Bow.
Adorable.
Good evening, Semi-Perfect Pod. Currently enjoying a veggie sub from Jersey Mike's. One half for tonight and the other half for tomorrow. Hope you're all doing well.
All right, let's see this veggie sub.
All right.
Longer than a keyboard is wide.
Easy Mike.
Yeah.
Oh, I see why this is a 2-day
Yeah.
meal for sure.
Yeah.
I
For you.
I mean, I appreciate the diligence and the, what's the word I'm looking for?
Self-control?
Self-control. Yeah, the two words.
Diligence, self-control, integrity.
Self-control.
Well,
Restraint.
Looks good.
nice. Now we got Drummer Shy saying, here is a classic in my hometown, a Maryland crab cake, fries, and vegetables. I've had a really bad day at work, so at least this made me happy.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah,
Cheers.
crab
for the
cakes are
comfort
freaking
food.
good.
And those look good.
Yeah.
Crab cake sandwiches all the time. Oh.
Sometimes you just need that pick-me-up meal.
Yeah.
You're like,
Also, I kind of wish more to-go places offered roasted vegetables like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm.
That was
Good.
just so I could be like, no, I'll take more fries, thank you.
Yes, please.
At least you
They're
are.
all vegetables.
Roasted vegetables
Right.
can be very good, though.
Oh, exceptional.
Mhm.
Some turnips, some parsnips, carrots, the occasional beet for good measure.
So,
Mhm.
so this food post in particular from Dragon Buckner has been in the works for a while because
Bacon
they
wrapped
posted about
asparagus.
this earlier today, saying I'm getting it ready. Here's some stuff that I cooked up Monday. No, it just says cooked up, Mon, from this D&D cookbook for my YouTube channel. The bacon and asparagus was pretty good. Just finished the stew today. It was great. Did add too much beer to the broth, called for 1 cup, and I poured the whole bottle in. Oopsie.
I mean, it's only 50% more beer than you needed, but at
Alright,
the
let's
same
see,
time,
let's see.
just
Yeah.
make 50% more soup.
Alright, so
There's
here's
two.
the asparagus wrapped in bacon.
Okay.
And then here's the finished stew. Looks pretty good.
Love it.
Yeah?
Paprika.
Paprika and some salt.
Mhm.
I've always found it challenging to do bacon-wrapped things because by the time the bacon is cooked properly, everything else is either overdone or underdone. It's like it's a delicate
You
balance.
gotta do it in the oven or on a grill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
You have not cooked anything.
What have you
no,
done?
I have made a bacon wrapped hot dog,
Yeah,
and
and
you
how
do not
well did that
you
go?
do not need to fully cook the bacon.
Mhm.
You should.
How'd that work out for you?
I
He was ill.
Enjoyed the meal twice.
Oh.
Except the second time, I did not enjoy the meal at all.
Oh.
It was probably the most recent time I've had to discard of my innards in that way.
Damn.
Yeah,
In case of food poisoning, food enjoys you.
Well, I will say this because I've had bad experience. I think many people have had those bad food experiences where like eating something, either you were sick already and then you ate something and then it like ruined it for you, or you ate too much of something. I'm happy to report that having had that experience, I did not shy away from bacon or hot dogs, the delicatessen that they are. But yeah, no, but I still can't really do olives.
Yeah.
You want to hear my olive story?
I mean, I kind of do.
I
Like,
want to hear all of them.
So
get out, Paleo.
So I used to do the thing where like you put the olives on your fingers, and then boop, 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 eat them, and there was one time where no one was paying attention, so I'm like, dude, I got all these olives to my freaking self, and I ate I think a whole can of olives.
Ugh.
Oh no.
And
Damn.
and then I revisited that entire can of olives later that night, and I mean like it was weird because it was like there wasn't even any form of like digestion or anything. It was just all the olives were just back. But yeah,
Your body realized what had just entered, and it said, "No, out."
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. I don't even know what the fuck are olives. Like, what are they? They're like rubber pellets that like are like.
They're not good taste or texturally.
Right.
Classified as droops. I may be wrong.
No, they're just wrong.
They're nasty.
And whenever someone's like, you know what this pizza needs? Olives. I'm like, no.
I disagree with olives on pizza. That being said, Kalamata olives I've taken a liking to, and garlic stuffed olives. There's a right amount of funk with the olive with the taste of the garlic, and if you plop one in your martini, it's even better.
Ugh, no.
All right, Nora Mermaid says, "Yo, sent my perfect pod. Having some fudge brownie M&Ms once again. Don't ask. Love you and miss you guys. Sending you all hugs and kisses."
Why would we ask about fudge brownie M&Ms?
Because we made a big deal about it last time.
Well, we did, but we're not going to ask. We're just going to make fun.
No, we're just gonna.
That's true.
We were. I don't know. I think we were just asking questions last time. It's not like.
About like what a fudge brownie M&M is.
We weren't questioning the eating of the fudge brownie. We were like, oh, that
Correct.
seems
We're
good.
just heckling. It's fine.
Yeah. No, I think I mentioned how to. Oh, speaking of heckling, what's going on in this next picture?
Sorry.
I like this food post.
Yeah.
Forcanyon did not bestow a picture, but just described stuffed chicken with prosciutto wrapped around goat cheese. It's all inside the chicken. Now,
I wonder if
Okay.
I think you're just making this up because I don't see no. Okay.
All right, got Nick's Moon.
I'm just kidding. But Nick's Moon says, I did this while at work. Circumcised pizza, anyone?
Circumcised pizza. That's fucked up.
I think you might have cut off just a little too much.
Am I wrong that?
Hang on. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, am I wrong that like to me, the crust is part of the meal? Like,
Yes.
Yeah, the crust is a good part. If you're an adult, eat your crust.
yeah,
Well, like, it has to be good. You gotta have a good bread for a base for your pizza.
right.
Exactly. And if
Right.
you do
It
that
has to be
wrong, then the
bread.
crust isn't worth it. At the same time, what I'm really appreciating about this photo is that the only cut made to that pizza was to decrust it. The entire center is
Oh my
undercut.
god.
Yeah, the entire
Beautiful.
center is fused together.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
This is perfect. Race, you'll attest to this. I was once served an entire flatbread pizza, uncut,
Yes, he was.
and you just fold it in half, and it becomes a giant taco.
Wasn't that at BJ's?
It was.
Yeah. And we were there late, and it was like there's no time to even worry about it. Like
The kitchen was closing. Our waiter said you got like a minute before they won't accept what I bring them to or for you. And if you've never been to BJ's, it's paper thin crust, good pizza, different from the regular. but no one bothered to cut it. Not a single cut
So
was on that
awesome.
pizza.
You were there. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was glorious.
Probably.
And you just
I don't
pull it in
remember
half, eat it like a giant taco, and hooray. Pepsi Addict, this was probably about a month ago.
Drummer
And I
Shy,
kind of wish they'd do it more often.
Drummer Shy sent another one, another food post saying, "Oh, and hey, another food and stuff. This ain't a food post, but here's me with a nice fine wine of Pinot Noir,
You know,
Noir.
more.
Pinot Noir from Maggiano's. My face
we know that
explains
place.
perfectly. What I love is like the whole So we also ate at Maggiano's. It was good. This was at Everford Northwest. But
You could tell because of the badge.
it's hilarious to me seeing like this whole fancy setup with the fancy waitress and everything just looks fancy, and then you got Drummer Shy here with his full on.
Pinkie
And this is
pie.
for anyone that's been to a convention, like this is kind of how it works, right? Is that like everyone piles in, you got cosplayers that gotta eat too, and
Yup.
and I love it. I love that kind of setting because I always wonder what the people that have no idea about the convention are thinking.
Like there's groups of like parties of people that are celebrating someone's birthday, and they're all like dressed up, and then they turn around and there's like Twilight Sparkle sitting at the table next to them.
Yeah.
Yes, I would like the Pinot Noir. Thank you.
Pinky out, please. Pinky out. But
Very good.
gotta ask Laura, particularly, but question for everyone: have you or would you ever just randomly cosplay to somewhere without any context whatsoever?
I
Yes.
have on a daily basis to my gym. So it's
What do you cosplay as, Jax?
various anime characters. You're like, what the fuck is this?
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
I can totally see you doing that, and I kind of want pictures.
I'm curious about Laura's.
So I have, when the Deadpool movie came out, I wore a Deadpool costume, but then they got mad at me. I had to take the mask off because they were
Lame.
like, "Oh, it's the theater, and you couldn't have that." I'm like, "I'm gonna take it off in the theater anyway."
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, and now they're like, no, you gotta have your mask on.
I know, right?
Joke's on
Is
you.
it thick
Like
enough?
years later.
And like, I'm honestly like, if people were down for just like getting dressed up and going to hang out, like, I'm in. Let's do it.
Nice. So
But next movie we'll have to sort that out.
we
Yeah, I'm down.
we have
Because
here.
like Ray said, oh sorry.
I was just gonna say we have here one of the most incredible food posts I've ever seen in my life.
A bag of ham.
Ambizar has posted, "I'm having a bag of ham."
Love it.
That is some like Nickelodeon sitcom meal.
This is
I'll
legit.
have
Like
the ham.
What are you eating? I'm having a bag of ham. What?
like you know how like there's like food porn, and then there's like I forget what
Shitty
the
food porn.
Shitty
Cursed
food
food.
porn. Like I feel like this.
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
This
Yeah,
is
bag of ham.
the bag of ham. Thumbs up. I love it.
This is the new internet meme. Born here.
There
Thank
it
you,
is.
Em.
There it
A
is.
picture of Focanyon's, was it chicken?
Now I believe you. I believe it was prosciutto and chicken, and it looks good. That's a,
Oh,
Chicken with
is the,
prosciutto wrapped
is the
around.
prosciutto wrapped around the outside? That's lovely.
Yeah. Nice.
you know that would go great with a Pinot Noir.
Yeah.
Yes. Pinky out.
All right, I think we got them all.
That was-
a
that
lot
was-
of food posts today.
Excellent,
Thank you,
excellent.
everybody.
Round of applause,
Yeah.
folks.
Whoa. What was that Twilight that we just scrolled past?
That was
It
Paleo.
was like, yeah, it
Oh,
was
thanks,
Paleo.
Paleo.
Is that like-
Twilight holding a gun?
Yeah.
I didn't see what it was. I just saw Paleo. Or sorry.
I
just
love that
saw
you're
Twilight.
threatening people if they don't watch Paleo.
Like,
Like
show up or else.
you're going above and beyond, and I appreciate this. All right. Well, like we said, we're gonna catch up with everybody.
Oh wait, hold on. I gotta. There was one last little tweet sent to us from Nick's Moon. Conventions have just gotten a little more interesting, and it's Batman sitting at a nice table.
This probably won't be a surprise, but I think.
Family dinner.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
I was gonna say when I went to or Sarah and I went to Comic-Con. That was a very intense like situation of this, where like no matter where you went to get dinner in a 5-mile radius of this convention, there were people decked out in like really crazy cosplay. And you know, like with like a pony convention, most of the people there are pony related, you know, dress up. Here with Comic-Con, like you'd be walking in the restaurant and all of a sudden you got like Freddy Krueger and a Teletubby like eating dinner together, and you're just like, okay. Okay.
This is my life.
Yeah, that was interesting. By golly, why don't we find out what our friends have been up to? Now, PanamaMatt, I didn't even get to introduce you, so I'm going to kick you off with, how have your last 2 weeks been? Kick you hard.
I mean, they've been great. Last weekend, I went to pub trivia at my local tap house in Delhi.
Nice.
I'm coaching a mock trial team at high school level. They're doing great so far. We've had the case for a couple of weeks, and they're really going.
Are you going to show them Cartoon Court?
I am introducing them to Cartoon Court in person. They have the real deal. They don't need to see it recorded. And then Sunday, I met up with a friend of mine. We each took our respective trains to the LA area, walked around, and apparently 5 miles of walking is enough to ruin my back and hip again.
No.
Oh,
so
damn.
I went. Oh yeah, I don't know what it was. I can bicycle for 5 miles. I can walk for 5 miles, but apparently that repetitive motion over that distance is enough to give acute
Sharp pain.
Sharp pain, yes.
Yeah.
So went to physical therapy this afternoon. Left my paralegal at the office saying, "Hey, you have the helm. Carry on."
Mm-hmm.
Got stretched, folded, spindled, mutilated, cracked, broken, and fixed.
Physical therapists are
same
wizards.
fixing that cat went through, mind you. I feel a lot better now than I did when I went in.
Yeah.
But aside from that, a lot of work, a lot of stuff I sadly can't talk about, even though I'd like to. And that's been my last couple of weeks. It's been a wonderful, rapid ride. It's been a ball of chaos, and I'm happy to be back here again. I can't believe it's been 2 weeks already.
Nice.
Sweet. Paleo, what's new with you?
Not much. Been working on some stuff. Excited for the movie this week. And also, me and Jax actually did something this week. On Monday, we did a stream of counting down our top 25 cartoons and anime between the two of us, which we had like 2 separate lists.
Right.
But yeah, it's up on the POS podcast channel. I'll link it in the chat.
Subtle.
But yeah, it was like a 3-hour stream we did, just like counting down like our 25 top anime and cartoons.
Yeah. It was fun.
So, yeah.
It was fun. I was exhausted that day too. I hadn't slept.
Yeah.
Like my freaking insomnia was kicking my ass. So I had to like wake myself up for that stream. So that was fun. That was a fun stream. It kept me up.
Nice.
Oh.
Very nice. Well, Jax, since we already got a peek into how your couple weeks have been, what's new?
I have been working. I'm looking forward to this one thing. I'm gonna film this. It'll be a surprise later. But me and my friend Z are gonna go to this place that we haven't been to in a while. So that's gonna be fun. And let's see what else. Working. Oh yeah, Baltimore. Yeah, it'll when you see the just remember that quote. Just remember that for when the video comes out. So yeah, because that works so well with it. But what else? I've been trying to cook more again. We were talking about this on before the pod or when the start. Like trying to find dinner as an adult is so annoying because like the thing with me is like with dinner, like I love cooking. But then, like, there's so many times where it's like, I don't know what I want to cook tonight. And then, like, when I do that, like, I have so many different recipes and shit like that, but I don't want to eat the same thing in a row. Because, like, I noticed for me, because, like, when I used to photo shoot and do modeling stuff, I had to eat the same exact meal every single day for, like, 3 months.
Wait,
and so, like,
model?
Yeah, I actually won a modeling contest. Did you know that? Back in 2016.
I can absolutely wait.
I swear to God. I have it on the wall right there.
It's like the
Yeah,
one
it's
time I've
cool.
seen Jax in a suit.
Oh yes, it was good. And yeah, I'm just like, there are times as an adult, I'm just like trying to think like, what do I fucking want for dinner? And so like then I'm just like, what the hell? Because I noticed for me, I can eat something in a row only a certain amount of times, but then if I eat it too many times, I'll get sick of it, and then I won't touch it for like 3 weeks to a month or 2 months later, and then that's not good because I need to eat this. I need to eat a certain amount of like protein to maintain my body. So I was like, fuck, I don't want to get tired of this, so I have to constantly switch it up. But yeah, that's fun. YouTube videos working on, and what else? I can't think of it at the moment. Yeah, I've fixed my insomnia. There we go.
Oh, that's good.
That's a little one. Just a
It's a great one.
Victory, dude.
yeah, squeak
Yeah,
it in there.
dude.
What have you done?
Yes.
Switch to hard alcohol?
No. Like what happened was I kept frying my central nervous system because I was overworking out for stress stuff. And so like for me, people out there, just so you know, if you work out, make sure to take a good amount of breaks in between, because if you don't, you'll fry your central nervous system, and then that's going to make you not sleep well. So yeah, that's what happens to me every now and then. But occasionally I just get random insomnia where like my body turns into this furnace, and I'm just like fucking hot in the middle of the night. Like even if I take all the blankets off, I'm just like, I don't know, I'm just scorching. And so I fixed my sleep schedule, thankfully, and it's been good for the last couple days. So yeah, that's what I've been focusing on. Yeah.
Great news.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, cool. Good work with the insomnia, Laura.
Thank
What's new with you?
I'm gonna go see Dear Evan Hansen tomorrow.
Are you?
Oh yeah.
Yup. I'm so excited. I mean, it's the movie, obviously. It's not the play, because we don't live near a theater. But I'm gonna go see the movie, because it's coming out.
Okay.
Nice.
I only just the last time Sarah and I went to theaters was, I think, the first time I found out that this movie existed. So I don't know a lot about this movie.
I know a lot about it because I know about the musical like before the movie was even a thing, and then they announced the movie, and I lost my shit. I was like, oh my god.
So
I would actually watch it.
So is this one that you'd recommend for
yes.
us that don't know anything about it?
Yeah, it's a little heavy, just with like subject material, but it's good.
Okay. Well, there you go, Sarah. Crank out the popcorn. We're going to the movies. Oh. Well, cool. Cool. And then that boy Saberspark.
It's you.
How much to report in on? I'm just getting work done.
Didn't you launch a new channel?
He does that every week.
No, it's I'm really excited about that. Paleo's working on it. Tom is working on it. Tom's like the brainchild of it all, and then I'm just the sexy face. So it's no
You're the branding.
He's the looks.
But yeah, I'm fired up. I was like, damn, this thing's going. I think we might break 40,000 subscribers before the end of the week. And
I think you already have.
Yeah, that's up. That's cool.
I thought I checked it out earlier today, and I thought I already saw the 40K.
Well, my goal.
Yeah, it is.
I think if we hit it with a couple of like dunkaroos as far as like what's ruining EA and what's ruining Blizzard and a few other gaming things, I am ambitious enough to say that this thing can break 100,000 before the end of the year. So that's the plan. And it's like, wait, people that like video games and talk about it, we should let's do it. Let's talk about it. And so I'm trying to think what else is going on. Just video projects, and I finished that Washington audiobook a few days ago. That was that guy had a really anticlimactic conclusion with his life. He like cartilage in his throat like clogged up and he just died. I was like, oh, peace out. When the doctors are like brought over, they're like, how do we help him? They're like, bleed him. And the writer said that they bled half of the blood out of his body.
Jesus Christ.
And I'm like, God damn, this is like barbaric doctors.
What?
You're
Either
done.
that or the writer
What do
may
we
have
do?
taken just a bit of, bit of creative liberty.
It's so bizarre to me that someone thought that was a good idea. Which, like, on the contrary, it's like it damages you. It hurts. It's like I have a cold or I have a cyst, or they're like, I know, let's bleed you.
Get some
Bleed 'em dry.
fresh blood in there.
Makes me wonder, like, what's gonna be considered like the equivalent of bleeding, like 100 years from now, where it's like, I can't believe humans did that.
You know-
I'm sure we're doing it all the time.
So I've been kind of going through this history kick. I mentioned earlier this year I went to the Indy 500, and one of the things I find fascinating in racing is like the progression of safety for the cars. Like, it's no joke to say that like there would be a number of drivers that died in the 1910s going 60 miles per hour, but they're like, we don't know what we're doing, and then something funky happens, and next thing you know, they're pinned under a car, whatever. But the reason I bring this up is that there was one time, I forget what year, this might have been in the 70s or 80s, and at this point, like, the cars were going incredibly fast, and they were still incredibly unsafe. And there was a driver who I believe hit a wall at Indianapolis, like, head on, to the point where his car virtually exploded, and he but here's the thing, is that like all that was left of his car was him attached to a seat, and the guy lived. All right, the guy lived, and they're like, holy shit, like he had injuries, and they're like, we're gonna have to do some surgery, but the guy lived, and it was like, dude, you just survived like the most insane wreck ever. And the guy fucking died from a blood transfusion during surgery.
Oh no!
Yo, that's so insane to me. Like, it's amazing how resilient humans can be, and then other moments with how fragile we can be.
Mhm.
I've shared this story before, but like, in the same vein, no pun intended, there was this woman in Florida, and on an island called Sanibel, which was like one of the few islands in Florida where they allowed gators that grew like 8 feet or longer to actually like live. Because they have, like, I think, a limit to where it's like, okay, once they get over 6 feet, they have to be killed or rounded up or something.
It's a certain length. I don't know what it is.
It's I think it's 8 feet or so. But this woman, long story short, she fell into the water near her house, and a couple of other yard guys heard shouting. They ran over to the water, and they saw her lower body underwater, and they thought she was pinned, and they grabbed her arms, and then the gator that's like 12 feet long surfaces with their entire lower body in its mouth. And they did a tug of war, but the gator didn't really try, and the gator actually let go, and they got her out. And they're like, oh my god, this gator just, if it really wanted to win, it would have won, but it like bit her lower body and it almost cracked her hip. And it's like, wow, she survived an encounter with a 12-foot gator.
I'm glad it was on the hip and not just a few inches higher, because that would have been the end of the spine.
Well, she got her in anyway, because she got to the hospital, and because of bacteria in the lake water that got in her blood, it killed her.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that shit sucks. That's the shit that always finds out with it.
Yeah, like, because I just imagine being her, right? She's like, I just survived death. Like, I could do anything.
I have like a dinosaur, like that hit my lower body, and I got out, and a microorganism killed me.
Unbelievable.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Speaking of surviving death, where's Gabe?
Still surviving.
Still surviving.
Yeah, as far as I know, I think he's still in Florida for the launch stuff that went. Inspiration 4 did their launch successfully, made it back successfully,
Awesome.
which is a big deal. Moving forward with the potential of civilian space travel and all that. So, get your money together.
Please. I guess that entire capitalism in space thing was wrong, right?
Take that, Tim Curry.
So, Sarah, what's new with you?
Doing a lot of stuff. Working on thumbnails for our spooky games that we're starting to put out on Ready Player Dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think some of our games are gonna spill into November.
Nice.
It's almost
Well,
the
you
end
call
of
it spooky
September.
season, not spooky month.
Yeah.
Yes. And I feel like November is kind of that grace period where it still has the fall feel to it all. So it's like, you're good.
Yeah.
You're good.
And it's very spooky that Christmas decorations are going up before Thanksgiving.
But yeah, we'll keep the mood with our spooky season. Speaking of Ready Player Dumb, by the way, we had a number of new subscribers after yesterday's Bronies React. So I want to thank everybody for subscribing over there. We hit a new milestone with that channel.
No.
So that was cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Broke 2K.
Thanks.
Yeah. So,
Nice.
yeah. And they all get to see me scream multiple times. We were doing some recordings last night, and I screamed
Oh
a
God.
couple times. It's when you're being chased by things, and you're like, you start just getting that like anxiety, where you're like,
Right.
It's funny because those moments don't really get me. Like there is gonna be a moment coming up in the Resident Evil where like there's something chasing Jeffrey.
Oh well,
And,
great.
like,
Well, is
Good
it
to know that I'm gonna
is
be
it what I'm
Is it
thinking of?
Is it that?
Is
I
that
think-
thing?
I'll just
that
take
one
my,
thing?
I'll
Oh
just
no
take
no
my
no
things
no
off.
no!
for now.
We're still very early. It's within
Oh,
like, the first
okay.
30 minutes of the game.
What the
Okay.
fuck?
Well,
What
now I
shit
know
is
I'm gonna be
that?
chased, so now I'm not gonna be afraid. I'm gonna be brave.
Okay, because like,
Yeah.
there's there's some interesting things in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like
Interesting
Jeffrey
is a good
always,
word.
whenever something's chasing him, he'll turn around and he'll scream, and I'm just like,
Well, I
of
wanna know
course
where it
it's
is.
behind you.
I want
Of course it's behind you.
But what if it's not? Sometimes back in the day, there were at times video games that they relied a little too heavily on like audio, and if you turn around, you realize there's not actually anything chasing me because you weren't supposed to turn around.
Right.
And then games were like, oh crap, people are turning around.
Well, I mean, never turn around.
So was that the end of your week catch up?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so before I jump into mine, we got two super chats, one of which I'm actually going to have. So Laura, you're here, right?
I already know what it is. We're DMing.
Oh, okay. Because I didn't want to read it out loud because, like, to me, this is borderline. Like, even though it doesn't say anything spoilery, like. I you know, if I go into a movie, I'm like, don't.
It's not about content. It's more about like stuff with the production. And I totally get that. I don't know all the information. I definitely don't know as much as Nora does, obviously. But regardless of how anyone feels about it, I already bought my ticket.
You're
I'm
going.
good.
You're going.
Go see it.
going.
I mean,
Make your own opinion.
And I get you.
Fuck yeah.
Like, even though I haven't seen it yet, I'm going to use an example that might make some people cringe. But I intend on, at some point, seeing the live-action Mulan movie. Like, I know that it had a whole bunch of crap around it, but I'm like, I just am interested.
Yeah, I watched that earlier this year.
Yeah,
Sure.
see, I still haven't seen it.
Like, I have a thing where I'm like, if I know that there's some bullshit going on with production, because like obviously I didn't know much about this until just now, but if I know there's stuff going on with production for something like I'm paying attention to, and I'm like, I don't even really want to see this anymore, but I'm still gonna watch it, I'm gonna wait until it's, online somewhere that's perfectly legal to watch it.
Yeah,
Of course.
indeed. So anyway, so you saw the super chat.
Give them money,
So
except
I'll
for
go ahead and
obviously
just
they get money.
right. So I'll read it then since you've already seen it. Nora sent a super chat saying, "Laura, baby, I love you, but don't see dear Evan Hansen." But now we've been talked into seeing it, so I'm gonna see it too. I don't even know the stuff that you guys.
Well,
are
I mean,
discussing.
it's just gonna be catching like predators, right? The entire movie. This movie, right?
Huh?
What?
Isn't he just catching predators through the movie or something? Like, what's?
No.
Oh no, Evan Hansen. Okay.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Yeah. That's
Took me a minute. I'm like, what's he?
Yeah, that would be so. I'd see that movie.
Yeah.
I found that show so interesting.
That show was fire. Like,
Yeah.
The show is
it's
great.
so satisfying to be like, oh yeah, you get fucking arrested, you
Yeah.
piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like just the whole like, hey, take a seat.
Yeah,
Sit right
take
there.
a seat right there. It's like, what are you doing? Like,
You're-
who are you?
You're
It's
about
like,
to
you
be
don't know
arrested,
this.
but
Uh-huh.
let's have a chat. Yeah, no, like you said, satisfying. Ambizar also sent a super chat, offering some food. I ain't gonna finish this ham bag. Y'all want some? I didn't mean to give that an accent.
Put it in
Yeah, well,
just fry it up.
Sarah, I don't know about you, but that feels like a line straight out from Night of the Woods.
Speaking of Night of the Woods,
I'm wearing a Nightmare Eyes shirt that I recently bought.
do tell us about your shirt, but in the voice.
So I got this cool new shirt. And it has my famous line, I got nightmare eyes on it.
Rat babies.
For all y'all that haven't seen it, Sarah did a playthrough of Night in the Woods, and
And there's a cat
voice of
character
Nate-
that is the main character, and so
It's-
I just did
it's
a
on-
bad meow.
It's on
impression.
Ready Player Dumb. So
Neighbor.
so
Go
Sarah,
subscribe to that channel.
Yeah.
yeah, do it.
Ring that bell.
Sarah did the playthrough initially with the voices, and then I did the playthrough with her on Ready Player Dumb.
Yeah.
And yeah, Sarah provides most of the voices. She did not appreciate my Christopher Walken impression, which is far from an impression.
I really wish you would have kept up with that, but I love that Angus was Winnie the Pooh.
I thought you meant Christopher Robin.
Just for Robin.
Oh,
man, what are you doing?
Okay, they'll be whispering of terrible atrocity.
So yeah. As far as I go, last 2 weeks, it's been busy. This is the part of the racing season where Tommy and I, with Low Budget TV, tend to do a lot of traveling. 2 weeks ago, we were in Indianapolis for the 3-hour figure 8 race. Last weekend, we were in Roseville, up in Northern California. Just kind of all over the place. But it's also a very fun part of the season. Aside from that, obviously, a very large... what were you pointing?
What is it here?
Sub to Ready Player Dumb, guys. I literally watch almost every video that drops every day.
Well, thanks, Colonel Longnuts.
Thank you, Colonel Longnuts.
I still love your name.
Colonel Indiana Longnuts.
But yeah,
Thanks, Colonel.
a large part of my of the last 2 weeks for me have been the Bronies React, editing that together. I always tell people that I hate putting down like a hard date for release, because I feel like when I don't have that hard date, I'm not going to be, rushing anything, which didn't happen here, but I still get like that, like, oh crap, I need to put this many hours into this today. I have to be this far today. Everything worked out with that one. Funny enough, it was as close as I think we've been in a while to a quote Halloween react. But for those that didn't see it, it was a look back at the first two episodes of My Little Pony Generation 4. Magic of Friendship is the episode name. I'm not messing up. Friendship is Magic. But yeah, it was fun to look back. I loved hearing what everyone had to say about kind of the observations of, wow, 11 years ago, and the bit of shock seeing how the animation or the voices sounded, or scenes that grabbed people in ways like that. That was, I enjoyed it. It came out, in my opinion, I thought it came out really well with how everyone did, all the reactors. So yeah.
Yeah, see?
And then now, like Sarah said, we're just hammering away on a bunch of spooky season video games.
Yep.
So
Yes. Jason time.
doing all that.
Yes.
Yeah. I feel like I had something I was gonna bring up as this happened to me the other day, but
do you want to tell them about how You had blowjobs at BJ's.
Wait, what?
What?
Come
Gotta watch.
So at BJ's the restaurant, there is a bar item that is literally called a blowjob that you can order for people, and someone in the racing community saw that Jeffrey and Tommy were at at BJ's, and they were like, send them a couple of blowjobs.
What exactly?
You mean, isn't that like in Deadpool where he's
It's
like,
like-
oh,
It's
that
a
drink?
chocolate milk liqueur with like
Yeah.
a whole bunch of whipped cream on top.
A whole bunch. So
You're supposed to drink it.
no
like,
hands.
no
You're
hands,
supposed to
just
grab the bottle with your not the
mouth.
bottle. Sorry,
Mouth.
the shot glass with your mouth.
And,
Now people obviously know, or I shouldn't say obviously, but for anyone that doesn't know, I don't drink.
Yeah.
But because someone went out of their way to buy me this, what was mostly whipped cream concoction, I'm like, well, I gotta have. So I had a blowjob while.
I just flipped that.
And yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah.
I
Swallowed
think
it
it's
all?
I think it's the first full-on shot that I've ever had, because I've had Fireball before from a shot glass, but I don't
Fireball's
recall.
the worst.
What's that?
Fireball is like the absolute worst liquid.
Yeah.
If you ever have it on hand though, mix it in equal parts with Chambord.
All right, I'll keep it in mind.
Isn't it the one that tastes like Red Hots or whatever?
Yeah, cinnamon whiskey.
Okay. I was just making
Yeah.
sure I got the right name. But yeah, I mean, again, to me, it's like, alcohol just, I'm like, great, I got mouthwash and I'm supposed to swallow it this time.
Pretty much.
But
Only if it's bad. I mean,
yeah, yeah. So Tommy and I had blowjobs at BJ's of all places. I didn't even make that connection. And it's funny because the guy came over later, and he's like, "Did you guys like your blowjobs?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "I don't even drink." And he's like, "What? Oh, I would have gotten you like chocolate milk or something." But
I bet he would.
I did. Again, to me, it was more of a, what do they call them? Actually, I'm gonna say what I was going to say. Isn't that called a gag drink? And then I realized I'm talking about a blowjob, and I'm like, oh. In more ways than one. All right, now that we've talked about my blowjob, I really hope that someone just came into the podcast and they're like, what? Wow, they're really opening up.
Race.
Yeah.
Buddy, where you been? We've always been this open.
Well,
not publicly.
See, I was making a joke, and apparently Sarah speaks the truth.
I mean, it's true. So yeah. Anyways, that.
I thought you were gonna start explaining.
No.
I just wish I could see Sarah's face.
She almost just spit water all over, which apparently I just made someone else do. Apologies for that. I like that they're
I've
super.
done well. You've done well. We've all done well.
We have a new super chat from Anime Guy 1 saying you are
You're
also immature, and I am loving this.
You know, can I just say something?
Mhm.
You just did.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it now.
No,
say it.
say
I want to hear.
Just
Say
did.
it.
I don't know what he's on about.
Yeah, at this point, it's way too much of a tangent. Anyway, don't worry about it.
When has that ever stopped any of us before?
Didn't you want to talk about the?
I just
fucking,
talked about
like,
having a
permanent record?
blowjob. Like, what tangent are you worried about?
Yeah, he's worried about like. Is this like connected to the permanent record thing he wanted to talk about?
No, I forgot about it.
Let's talk about the permanent record thing then.
Yeah.
Let's
I guess just the notion of like, it's in the same vein as like a sand trap or whatever. Like as a kid, or
quicksand? Yeah.
Sand trap. I'm playing
Golf.
no, sand trap.
Those don't exist.
But yeah, I've been watching Doug recently.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I think it's one of the shows that put so much fear into me of like permanent records.
Yes. Oh my god.
Because like, I'm sure there's other shows that did the same thing, but like,
Hey Arnold.
hounded that. That's right. That's right.
That was that whole thing because he wouldn't sell out freaking Harold for mooning him.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, the true blue son of a bitch.
Because he liked it.
But yeah, I guess just the notion of permanent records and we can extrapolate on that. Or are there any other kind of like cartoony or non-cartoony like fears or that you all grew up with only to discover it's not that big of a deal?
I will say that I full on subscribe to this permanent record thing, and I'm pretty sure my parents used to use that same phrasing, and I'm pretty sure, like, I'm not saying I got in trouble as a kid, but I'm sure we've talked about it plenty of times. I did, and I feel like both cases where I was actually like had to deal with the principal were cases that ended up being really stupid. It's just, again, adults intimidate you as a kid, and then you don't feel like actually explaining what happened, or they're just not going to believe you anyways.
Right.
mean, fuck adults, man. Fuck them.
I'm the wrong person to ask this question to, because once you hit 18, in that context, your permanent record becomes your criminal record.
Right.
And
Very
it is
good.
permanent. At the same time, I've done a couple of juvenile cases, and yeah, that it does come into play. Weird enough.
Really?
Yeah.
Explain that. How does that come into play? So, like, if you like stole something from school, like, does that?
I will have to be careful that I don't give away any.
Don't give away names, of course.
Like, so long story short, yeah, there is such a thing as a permanent record, and it is shared. If there's anything in the juvenile courts that is related to it, like they will look up, like, what have you been doing, what have the grades been, like, what are the issues.
The
like,
grades too?
Oh, honestly, juvenile court, at least in California, I can't speak for anywhere else.
Okay.
The concept is to rehabilitate rather than punish. So they want to get a whole picture of that child.
Back to life.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. So they do go through any disciplinary action, what it was, why it was. You know, you're letting off fireworks in the stairwell versus you brought an improvised explosive device to school, or you're selling drugs versus had marijuana versus you were in the group that had marijuana. And they do try to look at least in my experience, limited though it may be, that I don't practice juvenile law. I'll throw that out there to be clear. But I have represented a few people in a few cases. It does seem like they do try to take it all into account to get a good idea. So that's where it comes into play if anyone was actually curious.
Wow.
Okay. Dang.
Now
And it does follow you from school to school.
That's nuts.
So
That's
they know
insane.
exactly who they're getting when you transfer.
Or is this information being like held?
Stored, yeah.
That is completely confidential.
Really?
Oh no, juvenile records they keep behind lock and key. You need a damn good reason to get a hold of any of that.
But it's not like, oh, they're all at like a certain like town like building that like everyone has access to.
I don't know about that.
Okay.
Is it just like a computer system, basically? Like,
I mean, these days probably, but again, I don't know anything about that. All I know is what I get from it when I'm working in a case.
Okay. That's interesting.
And now,
well,
oh God, I hope my permanent record.
it's a
doesn't
good thing.
fall.
It's a good
At the
thing.
same time, you've hit 18 years old. It no longer matters.
Oh, good.
So does
Oh,
it get
good.
wiped after
It's like-
18?
So it's a little impermanent. I mean, honestly.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'm sure it still exists, but no one cares.
It's only permanent if you don't live past 17.
I want to see my permanent record. Okay.
Oh, I do too. Like, what did they think about me? What did they say?
Oh, I know what they thought about me. It wasn't good.
Me, did they say?
I'm still trying to think if there's anything else though that like I took influence as a kid from like a cartoon where it's like a cartoon was like, oh yeah, this is a thing, and then you're like, oh my god,
It's liver and onions.
liver and
Oh,
onions.
yeah, liver and onions.
Liver and onions.
I don't know if I've ever had liver, but like
What,
onions
Professor?
are
It's
bad.
liver and onions, your favorite.
Yeah. Liver and onions. Come on. You know you want it.
Funny enough, Doug was ahead of his time.
Yeah.
His grandma introduced him to sushi.
Huh? That's
They look like
true.
little tires.
Yeah. That is true. That is very true. No, I mean, the only thing I can think of is like, I mean, we've talked about this on air before, and like I know me and Saber have talked about gotten this how many times before. It's like when I was a kid, I thought that like fifth graders were going to be jacked, like just from Hey Arnold, like saying like, hey, look this, and then like you look at him now, it's just like, what the fuck?
It bothers
Yeah.
it bothers me how when you progress through elementary school specifically.
Mm.
And like you turn around, like I remember like as a fifth grader going like, my God, the first graders are shrinking.
Yeah.
They're
No,
so
literally. Okay, so like me and my friends, we graduated from middle school and we're only like, now we're in ninth, I don't know, 8th or 9th grade.
Freshman.
I forget. Yeah, freshman in high school, and we go back to our middle school because we're still good friends with our like band teachers and stuff, and we just chatting and stuff. And like a sixth grader comes walking by, and I'm just like, were we that fucking tiny?
Right? Right, exactly. It's just like, it's crazy. And then like there are people who are like so tall when you're in like second grade, and it's like, oh, they were only like 5'2", and it's just like, how small was I? It's just like,
5'2" in second grade is giant.
yeah, it's big.
Yeah.
That shit was big. I remember there was tall kids like that. I was like, geez.
I mean, I was always tall for my age. But I never had that experience until law school, because the law school I went to shared its campus with the undergrad, and we walked outside one day. Like, where do all these kids come from? And it dawned on me those
We live in a college town, Steven and I do, and it's just like every year I'm like, what's happening?
Well, kids are getting bigger too. Like, I saw like my freaking nephews. Like I went to like one of his basketball games, and there are people walking around like fucking 6'2" natural, like stacked up, and I was like, what they feeding these fucking kids? It's just like all like fucking size. Shit.
Well, there was that one movie. I'm forgetting what it's called at the moment.
Super bad.
No, it was
Star Wars?
Project X.
It had what's this? I still struggle saying this last name. McGonaghy.
McConaughey?
Thank you.
Matthew
one.
McConaughey.
Matthew. I almost said Kevin.
Matthew.
Wow, I almost fucked that up.
All right,
Kevin.
Kevin but it's
McConaughey.
Matthew. Anyways, and I think like
Kevin McAllister, perhaps?
no.
all right. No.
But
all right.
I'm pulling up the name of the movie right now, but I think he said something to the effect, which it was.
Well, you mean the
Right.
17-year-old comment?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
no matter how
yeah,
old I
yeah.
get, they stay the same.
It's like, I don't care. It's like that's the thing I love about teenage girls. Like no matter how old I get, I stay the same age. And it's just like in the 90s, it's such a fucked up line.
Dazed
It's
and
just like,
Confused is the movie. But yeah, that's what I thought of obviously in a very his version of it. But that's the thought, right? It's like you keep getting older, but the kids going to school are always going to be in age.
They are, yeah.
We got a super chat from Anime Guy 01 saying, as a kid, every cartoon had quicksand be everywhere.
Yeah, and then you learn
yeah.
quicksand isn't even like that. That's so sad. You know what I learned? I learned that what was it? Because some animal specialists came to like our 4th grade class or something like that, and then like they had brought like mice with them, and then they were saying like, oh, do you know what mice eat? And then someone was like, cheese, and they're like, actually no. And then they started saying cheese is bad because blah blah blah, and then this is what they actually eat. And then I remember like, that's not what Jerry eats cheese all the time, so he's fucking die or something. I remember like this like someone got into an argument with the fucking animal specialist. Yeah, and so like it was the funniest shit. I remember like some 4th grader was arguing like, no, cheese is their primary source of food. Oh, there was this. I'll never forget this. This is one time I was in fucking high school, and this girl, like we were talking about like ducks and what they like eat and stuff like that, and then the professor or the science teacher was talking about like, yeah, so ducks and geese, they eat this, and like they eat fish, and then he's like, yeah, they eat fish. What did you think they eat? She's like, I thought they ate bread. And it's just like bread. It's just like bread just naturally spawns.
And beef comes from the store, yes.
I kind of a slight tangent, but I remember in some science class in probably 9th grade, it was one of those days where the teacher's like, or maybe we had a substitute, but they're like, all right, we're putting on this documentary thing, and it was about people getting sick from like not fully cooked meat. And if anybody, actually, you know what, the uncooked.
Oh, I know where this is going.
Yeah, I was gonna say the uncooked meat might have actually gone a little bit further back, but that might have been something from junior high. Because I remember doing this for a while, but I was legit, like, we would go to a place, and if I was ordering steak, I was like, I need that well done. I need that brown. I need it charred to death. I need you to kill all the bacteria in there. A number of the people here actually were there when I first ever ordered a medium rare steak, because I think Laura was like, you can do it. It was at Club 33. After Sarah and my wedding.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
Yeah, man.
Do it.
And this group of friends will get that.
Like, it wasn't even medium rare. I think you went all the way because I was like, no, dude, if you're gonna have this steak, you got to do it.
Well, then Laura ordered hers, and she goes, "Hi, I would like you to literally like
just put it on the grill, flip it over, and then
if it's on the grill more than 5 seconds, you've overdone it."
I always ask them to give it to me as raw as they're allowed to give it to me.
Yeah, just give me a cow from the back. Okay, I don't care. Just like walk it out.
A little bit, like, I'll be fine.
But yeah, so yeah, that was something that took me a long time to get down. Like, even just getting it down to eating steak as medium, it took me years to get to that point, because I had watched the saying talking about, oh yeah, someone died because there was obviously it wasn't just that they ate a rare or medium rare steak. It was like there were other underlying problems with the steak.
It's animal.
Yeah.
Grace, you cracking me up, dude, because you're like, oh no, the steak bacteria could get me. Now, on this weekend's Demolition Derby.
Right. I've taken real good care of myself. We got a super chat here from Anime Guy 1 saying Bugs Bunny teaching kids that rabbits love carrots.
Yeah, rabbits don't love carrots; they love drywall.
That's also true.
Oh, I wanted to be a mouse when I was a kid. I was like, that'd be cool. I want to be a mouse. An anthropomorphic mouse.
Did it have anything to do with Gadget Hack Wrench?
No. It probably had more to do with An American Tale.
That's fair.
I was like,
great movie.
I was like, I want Fievel's dad as my dad.
What?
There it is in the background.
American Tale.
So yeah, like we discussed, the Bronies react to the first ever episode of Generation 4 was released yesterday. Yeah. Almost, I don't know if we ever did, but I know we got close to breaking 1,000 live viewers at one point, and to me that's just awesome to see that support continuing for the series. So I want to thank everybody that was able to join us. I know some people had work or other, for the Europeans are like, wait, this is in the middle of the night. I typically like releasing those on Saturday mornings for that reason, that's the thing, is no matter what, I'm going to screw somebody's time zone, right?
Sadly, I was coaching mock trial at that time.
You don't have an excuse, Matt.
Well, I do. I was coaching mock trial. They're doing great, by the way.
That's not an excuse.
It is absolutely an excuse.
Okay. It's a bad excuse.
That's a good one. They're doing great.
The jury's out on that.
During mock trial, you ignorant.
But yeah, so had a lot of fun. Again, like I said, putting that all together, a lot of editing hours going into that. What?
I think great work on it.
Oh, thank you. And great work again to everybody that was in here, that was in it, and to all of the reactors that were part of it. It's always been, ever since I started doing this back in 2012, it's always been a pleasure to be able to put all this stuff together. and have the audience backing it up. So, yeah, just again, shout out to everybody both on the viewership side and the people that helped bring this one together. It was a lot of fun. We're probably gonna.
You're live, so you're welcome.
You were there.
I watched it.
Thank you, Laura. Thank you.
I'm the viewer who gets you all the publicity.
You're like I had a lot of tabs open to get it to close to 1,000.
So much to do with that.
But yeah, that obviously came and went. I wanted to get it out before the movie, which Sarah and I at one point thought the movie was still coming out on Thursday. So it was like,
same.
Perfect. And then,
so is it like at midnight Thursday night or what?
I don't know.
I thought it was out now.
Yeah, it's going to be midnight Thursday night. Like, it's going to be 3 a.m. for us over here on the East Coast, but it'll be midnight for them, so
You
they
wanna
can watch it at midnight.
It's
Yeah.
fine. I wake up at like 5 anyway because I can't sleep.
Ah,
Do you think we'll be tired
Kendrick.
to film our stuff at that point?
I don't know.
It'll
Find
make
out.
it better.
I think I've already committed to not. I got a very interesting weekend ahead of me because I'm doing a lot of driving for a lot of money, but
I just know as soon as I wake up on Friday, I'm going to immediately watch it.
Same.
yeah, that's the thing is, and I just want to remind everybody, going forward, because there are some conventions on the horizon, just be aware that if you have a month to watch a movie that's released, and you go to a convention,
People are gonna spoil it.
and then you say, "Don't spoil it for me."
Especially because like it's going to be on Netflix. Like,
Yeah.
Yep.
Like just
even if you don't have Netflix, you know somebody who has Netflix.
right.
Everybody knows somebody. But yeah, just a heads up in case there's any people who haven't been to a convention before and thinks they're gonna avoid spoilers for a brand new movie. Don't count on it. But yeah, that being said, we're gonna be gearing things up and cranking out the cameras, and who knows what is in store. I'm probably gonna be seeing one of the editors this weekend for the movie, so I will be giving him lots and lots of feedback.
Send all of my complaints to you.
Yes.
I'll let you know once I've seen the movie, Laura, and then just pile it on. Just throw them at me.
I will. I will. I'll do it.
Good. I thought for a split second, the way you said "I will," I thought it was Jaxblade starting to say something. For some reason. So I'm like, oh, what does Jax have to say? But yeah. So obviously, like I said, we're not going to be discussing any spoilers or anything. But I mean, what are your guys' thoughts going into this? A new movie, but even more so, a new generation of My Little Pony. Like,
I'm going into it the same way I went into Generation 4. What is this? It seems interesting.
you know,
I'll give it a chance. Let's see what happens.
I'm gonna try to do the same thing.
Like I said last time, to me, I'm just at the point where it's like, oh, it's just interesting. If it's good, great. If it's not good, then I'm just like, okay, whatever. I still got all my G4, and then like I said before, I'll just like watch if the series, I'll give it like 5-10 episodes, something like that.
Yeah.
And then like if it's just doesn't cap me, then it's just another Transformer situation where I just go, okay, then this series isn't for me, and I'll come back next generation or anything like that. But if I really do like it, then I'll keep watching it. So yeah.
To me, the fact that the trailer was willing to spill the beans within the trailer,
Yes.
I want to give it a chance. Like I'm not having any expectation, but I hope that we're going there.
Yes.
And I think going into this at this point, unless somebody knows something I don't, I still don't know that even following this movie, we're really going to know much about the show.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, because they're I saw on Twitter that they're like hiring animators still, so it probably won't be ready until late next year for the series.
Maybe they're really taking this, like, trying to take a smart route with this and going, all right, let's see what
the
people think of the
reception
movie.
Before we invest all the money.
And then they're just like, you know what? Get those fucking puppets for G4 out. Those sell like gangbusters. Get those back out. All right, yeah, there you go. Let's do that.
all the VAs start getting rehired. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Because I believe it's like a different studio that's working on the series.
I think so. I think we've.
It's like isn't it like a Canadian animation studio that's working on the series? So we're back to Canada again.
Bad we can blame Canada.
We can't get out of there, Jesus.
It's
Oh
the
yeah,
poutine.
those Canadians, eh?
Hey, don't be knocking Poutine.
I wasn't knocking poutine.
I think
Well, that's why
DJ
they
Thed's,
went back there,
Thed's
yes.
in the chat. He might be able to like clarify if like a different studio is working on the series.
Who's in the chat?
DJ Thed.
Oh,
DJ Prone 3.
DJ Thed. So that's how you say it. DJ Thed.
Yeah, I think we went over that like a couple of times.
Oh, if you think I remember anything. Thank you,
Yeah, but
Sarah.
But yeah, I'm hoping that the movie will be good. I mean, the fact that Little Shy got it early and he said, "Oh yeah, I've already watched it 3 times, like in the same day."
Yeah, Little Shy,
that
keep
has
your
me
mouth
hopeful.
shut, Little Shy.
Yes, let's get him.
Obviously, I don't
Okay,
want to
yeah,
know
yeah.
details,
He-
but has Little Shy
Comic
been putting out spoilers?
No, he hasn't.
Okay, good.
He's
Little
just like,
Shy-
wow, I'm just so grateful that I got to watch
Yeah,
this
Make a
movie.
point,
But,
like here's stuff
you know,
that I got wrong and here's stuff I got right. I feel that's very treading on the edge.
Spoilery.
It's like it's
Yeah,
all about
yeah.
the font used for the credits. He's like, wow, I really thought they would go with bold Arial, but instead they went with Calibri.
That's integral to my enjoyment.
But yeah, DJ Thed in the chat just said, yeah, Atomic Cartoons is working on the show, whereas like the movie is being made by Boulder Media, which is based in Dublin, Ireland.
Oh.
what is Atomic Cartoons made?
I don't.
Oh,
know.
they did they did Hilda?
I
Oh,
love
did?
Hilda. Oh my god.
dang. All right. There you go. And they did that freaking 101 Dalmatian cartoon. They did freaking Max and Ruby. Oh shit. Okay, I see you.
All right. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm excited.
Yeah, okay, sorry. Boulder Media sounded familiar, and that
They're the
was
ones who
this, they made,
made the
Wander
movie.
Over Yonder.
Oh, I'm
There
sorry.
you
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, we saw how that went.
Oh,
Oh, they made
Jax,
Road
you're
Trip
you're
and Pony Line.
you're skipping one of Atomic Cartoons' best works, Lego Jurassic World: Legend of Isla Nublar.
Oh
my
snap!
God.
Nice.
That's Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
That's the dinosaur.
Oh, they did 101 Dalmatian Street.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. They did the
Yeah.
101 Dalmatians cartoons.
Well, yeah.
So they've
Again,
done 2D and 3D. So
so they'll keep us on the edge of our seat.
So now the question becomes: is this 3D movie about to become 2D for their TV series?
Please,
course.
God.
Yeah.
That
Like
is the
unless because that's the thing, and maybe
Otherwise,
this
we're gonna
is
have Father of the Pride, and it's just going to take $1 million an episode.
well, I was gonna say maybe this is just a product too of the time that a lot of us grew up in, where when 3D shows were coming out, it was like, oh, this is horrid. Like,
I just love how stylized 2D can be, and I feel like 3D doesn't have as much of a like range of possibility.
yeah, I feel like there's
When
some.
you have a good enough budget, 3D is.
yeah, if you have a good budget, like you can make some really good 3D stuff. It's just
But
that like TV
unfortunately,
shows
TV
usually don't get the budget for it.
Yeah.
Correct.
I do enjoy when because there's been some movies who have gone that route of this is a 3D movie, but they still stick to the like I know what Laura's getting at with like the expressions and cartoon physics and in the way that like
Stuff, you know?
You mean
Yeah.
like Hotel Transylvania and all that?
Yeah.
I always think of this is actually not probably a perfect example of what I'm referring to, but I always laugh at how much Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs is literally just 3D versions of Muppets running all over the place. Like to me,
Yeah.
that's what
Oh,
they
yeah,
look
they
like.
are floppy.
They're floppy.
Floppy. floppy look.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Did you said like, yeah, they did say that the series would be CGI. That technically can mean also 2D because like it's computer generated imagery, but like
Yeah.
it's typically when we say CGI, we mean 3D.
But like you said, like they're just throwing it out there. We aren't gonna have people drawing cells for this show, because I mean, wasn't Gen 4 basically?
I mean, those were puppets.
Yeah, those were Flash puppets.
But doesn't that still
they
count
weren't
as...
drawing on like physical paper?
Right. But doesn't that still count as CGI?
Arguably.
Yeah, I mean
Technically,
technically.
I feel like
Computer generated eye.
images.
That.
Oh, computer generated eye. That's what happened to Derpy Hooves.
Yeah.
It's interesting because like when we started using the term CGI, it was only meant for 3D animation.
Yeah.
Because we hadn't really started using 2D with computers yet, except for like coloring.
Oh my god. Well.
Well.
Who knows? Who knows what's to come? I certainly hope that people do at least give it a chance if they want to. But I'm just, again, I'm looking for the entertainment factor. I'll be curious to see how they tie things in with, say, Generation 4, if at all. I keep saying this because I've heard it myself from the sources that when the people who made this movie were super big on wanting to make the current G4 fandom happy. So we'll see. We'll see if they pull it off.
Mm-hmm.
You know that they care, at least. You know that's a good first step. Like, it wasn't they were given a franchise and told, hey, we're gonna be selling toys, and they went, okay, this is a toy commercial. Or maybe they did. They'll just buy everything. Yeah. All right. Well, any last thoughts on the movie? Again, this is the last time, at least on the Semi-Perfect Podcast, that we could talk about what we don't know about the movie. This is it. We are.
And I'm just gonna say the freaking pony without the horn or the wings is my favorite. Whatever the fuck they're called.
Yeah, that one.
Sunny Star Scout.
No, not
Wait.
Sunny.
The boy?
Did I already tell the
As I
story
said.
about my friend who named her daughter Sunny?
Yeah.
Irony.
So
We all knew that before we went into the movie.
I want you all to appreciate this moment as the last week or the last few days that we will be G5 virgins. Okay?
Uh-huh.
I'm not ready.
Oh no! Oh man, I feel like it's gonna hurt.
Here come the innuendos walking down the...
I mean, look at Izzy's horn. I mean, is it gonna hurt?
Oh god.
Well, it's just,
It's like taller than
I'm
the
gonna
rest
need some cupcake icing for this.
oh boy.
I hope it's
So yeah.
Never mind.
Should we open things up to Q&A at this point?
Yeah.
All right. Well, so for anyone that's new, or just a reminder for those that are old, we're going to be opening up Q&A. We will prioritize Super Chat. So if you send in a Super Chat, your question will absolutely be answered, and we'll give it a whole bunch of love. If you would like to go the other route, you could send a question to hashtag SPP questions, as you see on the screen, and send that to us via Twitter, and we will proceed with answering questions. Obviously, if it's not obvious already, I should say, we won't be discussing anything that's spoilery or, oh, what do you think about this in the movie?
Any of you didn't send that shit.
Yeah,
Like,
don't.
I'm gonna walk your ass on every social media.
Like, you do not want to piss Laura off. especially now while people are wearing masks, you won't see her coming. Like you'll see a cosplayer and then she'll be like,
oh, that's a cool costume. Oh no,
she's got a knife. A very non-threatening knife.
or a knife from the cafeteria.
Just
so it's plastic.
Just a bonk. But
somebody.
yeah, do we have any questions, Sarah?
We got a question from Kellen asking, did you watch the Blues Clues 25th anniversary video? Did it make you cry?
Now I like how Sarah goes to a question, not to call you out. Okay.
I don't think. Well, we missed some last week, so I'm just doing it because it's it's still a relevant thing.
Okay. I think we answered this, but
did we?
Maybe.
Oh, maybe we did.
But did
It didn't make me cry, but it made me go, oh.
It made you go, oh.
I haven't watched it because I'm afraid of crying.
I'm sorry, but I love how he goes into it with so Jake Wyman made the post that I was thinking in my head, where basically he goes on about how proud he is. He's like, look at you. Yeah. Look at everything you've done. And Jake Wyman posted the guy sitting on the couch hunched over with the alcohol bottle.
Yeah. The Rich Evans picture. Yeah.
And I'm like, how many people are going to watch this and be like, oh, shit. Feel guilty. Oh, God.
No, it's sad.
But yeah. So for me, actually, to tie something into this, I appreciate when you do get people who were actors that make cameos or returns.
Yeah.
To
his hair, you know.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
It's not just this is a role I did once. It's like, no, this is part of my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
So I watched something for the first time ever, and I watched all of them. I'll sometimes do this where I'll be like, okay, if I'm gonna watch one, I might as well watch all of them.
Like you do with the Olympics.
A video game, Jesus. A movie called Clerks.
Oh yeah, Clerks. Classic.
Which has Jay and Silent Bob, which had their mini spin-off movies. What's funny is I didn't immediately realize it, but Kevin Smith is the guy who makes those movies, who was the guy who also, I believe, fronted Comic Book Men, of which made an appearance at BronyCon that Saber and I interacted with and had to sign.
So had you not seen any of Kevin Smith's movies?
I don't know. I'd have to look
Dogma.
Well, if you're asking, I've never seen any of those. I've never seen any Jay and Silent Bob. I watched all of them in order. So I watched the Clerks movie. I watched Jay and Silent Bob. I watched Dogma, Chasing Amy, all that stuff. Just because I was intrigued by the way that they reuse the actors, but in sometimes different
different situations.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. And again, that's the type of thing we're talking about, these throwbacks to actors. I even though I didn't experience it in its this was in 93, this was in 96, I saw it all at once, but I appreciated look, this person came back, that's cool. So yeah. Sarah's pointing. From Waddles, we have a question. To Ready Player Dumb, have you considered playing Undertale before playing Deltarune Chapter 2?
Yes.
So we'll
also play Deltarune Chapter 1 before we do Chapter 2.
We haven't played Deltarune.
You don't really need to play Undertale again. Because it's a completely different story. So
Deltarune is related to Undertale then.
Yeah.
It's related. It's kind of the same thing with you were saying about with Kevin Smith movies. They use the same characters, but in completely different contexts.
Wow, that was an amazing connection there. I happened to bring that up.
Deltarune is just Undertale mixed matched.
Okay.
Well, I will just say that we'll probably have Undertale maybe sometime soon after spooky season ends.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. What are we doing?
We gotta get a computer in here.
What Sarah?
Yes.
What So is Undertale not scary?
No,
No.
Is that why it's
No.
not spooky season?
No.
Okay, fine.
it's not turtly enough for the turtle season.
Turtle.
Well played, Laura. Thank you.
Thank you for noticing.
Ozial
You are a master of the reference.
No.
Ozial wants to know: have you seen Centaur World?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Did you finish it, Matt? Or...
No.
Okay.
I made it, I think, 4 or 5 episodes into the water baby, and that's about as far as I'm probably going to get in it.
That's like the
I've
second
seen the whole
episode.
thing.
I've been enjoying Owl House more.
Alice is
In
great.
the owl house, in the
And in
owl.
fairness, it took me until now to learn that it existed, but I am enjoying it.
What's Centaur World?
It's a new show on Netflix that's got like
Megan McCarthy's like a main story editor in it.
Like, I love the story that they seem to be building, but
It grows on you.
well, I understand that, but I guess the issue I have, without going into spoiler territory, is with the characters that even one of the characters acknowledges in, I think, the first episode, yeah, they're a bit much.
Yeah.
They are,
There.
and I get that that's a plot point, but if that's the case, you're setting up your average audience member to be introduced to that and expected to trudge through.
Yep.
It's rough.
Really fair,
Fudge.
'cause
Fudge.
every single one of them is a bit much.
Yeah, and it's a bit much for me in my spare time. Like, I have nothing against the show. Go watch it. If it works for you, great. I have just not gotten into it.
It took me like a hot minute to actually get into it, like maybe halfway through the season.
Like, it did very well in making them a bit much.
But yeah.
So they've done very well.
So we
Which is
got
not-
2 super chats. One of them is connected to this conversation, Anime Guy 01. Both of them are from Anime Guy. But to this conversation says, oh, scroll down.
Oh, sorry.
Matt, you should also watch Amphibia.
Yeah,
I've
Amphibia is
never
like
Yeah,
heard of it.
Amphibia. You should check out Amphibia.
Where do I find it?
Disney
on Disney.
Plus.
Yeah.
I don't have Disney Plus.
Get it?
Yeah.
How are you watching Owl House?
Sources.
Oh,
Well, use the same sources.
Those same
I mean-
sources to watch
Well,
Amphibia.
Well, the same way I watch some of ponies and other
What?
things. YouTube.
You,
Yeah, well, use those same sources to watch Amphibia.
Yeah, if
Why
I can
not?
find it, sure, I'll give it a shot. No idea what it's about, but sure, why not?
the best
get
part
referred
about
by this
knowing the law
podcast.
is knowing how to skirt it.
What?
Yeah.
So the next question was from Anime Guy 01.
I don't
And
worry,
this,
sir. What are you talking about?
will you two be doing pacifist and genocide runs? What's this
This
for?
is related to Undertale. There's different routes, like different ways you can play it.
How would you have me play it?
Pacifist.
Yeah,
I
pacifist.
just don't think that we're ever gonna, like, in a million years, finish a genocide run.
I'm pretty good at
Or
video
rat.
games.
So
I mean, I got.
I believe
I
Hero
don't
could
even
do
want to do it.
Hero did do it. I watched him do it.
it. Wow.
A
Well,
genocide
Like,
run?
I couldn't do it myself.
Hero,
Damn.
Hero doesn't count when we talk about normal
He's like
gamers.
a video game expert.
Yeah.
It really is.
The video game boy.
He's the most
His,
skillful.
his eyes must have just rolled back in his skull, and he just felt that. I've seen how that works, and no.
All right. Here's a question from Kevin, asking, "What are your least favorite season 1 episodes?" Let's start there.
Of what?
Oh, dear.
My
Least
Little
favorite
Pony.
season 1
Pony.
episodes of My Little Pony?
Yeah.
Feeling
Look
Pinky
up
King for
what
me.
episode
Like,
it's
I
in.
almost stopped watching the show.
Really? On Pinky
Yeah,
Key?
when I was going through it, because I was just doing a marathon when I first found out about the show, because all the episodes were on YouTube, and I got to that episode and I'm like, why is Twilight being such an idiot? Yeah, like,
Fair.
so yeah, at that point I'm like, do I keep going? And and thankfully I did keep going, because like the next episode after that is Sonic Rainbow, which is an excellent episode.
See, I knew you liked Rainbow Dash.
Yeah, that's one of Rainbow Dash's best episodes.
You're like, they should have stopped there.
They have that episode, then kill her off, and we all would love her.
Good lord. Yeah,
mean,
she'd
there was
become a
some-
martyr.
Yeah.
There were some really good parts and really bad parts about Over a Barrel, but I think the
Yeah.
low point
Oh,
of season
yeah.
1 was a dog and pony show.
I feel like
That's fair.
don't we know that Saber's answer to this is probably Griffin the Brush Off?
Is that
Probably.
Oh yeah, I did not like that one.
Wasn't that the first episode you saw and you were like, yeah.
Very well.
But we're
Mirrored-
talking about season 1 episodes.
I mean, but if I'm weighing in on like the most, like, God, what's the word I'm looking for? Like it was
Egregious.
Yeah, but like
That is a good word.
up to that point, I was like, man, My Little Pony can do no wrong. This thing is the way I launch my Saturday mornings, and I'm on the top of the world, and then I watch Mysterious Married Well, and it was like, oh my God, this show, it can bleed. Like, it's not perfect. I was like, no! Shattered my expectations. That's why I hate Dash.
Yeah.
'Cause she's-
I don't even remember that episode, but I just remember everyone hating it. I was like,
You know what's funny is I'm reading some of these synopses for these episodes, and there's the owl's well that ends well. I'm like, oh yeah, Twilight had a fucking owl.
Yeah.
Like, didn't it disappear
Yeah.
at some point? I'm like,
Yeah, he shows up sometimes.
mhm.
Like when Tyrek blows up the library, she like goes into it to save Aloysius.
yeah.
Not the-
I'm like,
What
oh
I gotta say
yeah,
about
she's
season-
an owl.
What I do have to say about season 1, though, is how broad of a swath they cut. Like, you get things such as bridal gossip. What was the one with the Rarity's dress song?
The
Green
art-
isn't your color.
The art of
Oh no,
Utah.
no, Suited for Success. That's
Suited
that's
for
the one.
Success,
Oh,
thank
yeah.
you. Fall Weather Friends, and again, like you mentioned, Green Isn't Your Color. They did some ambitious episodes in that first season. Not to say the other
Yeah.
ones slacked off, but they came out of the gate strong. Main
Yeah,
reason
you're absolutely right.
and amusingly, after having watched episode 1 and 2,
Mhm.
I just clicked to a random one that I found just to see, hey, does this stuff that I found in episodes 1 and 2 carry on through the rest of it? And that is where I clicked on Over a Barrel, and I thought, but
Mhm.
kept going.
Right. Shit, I can't
Otherwise, I
even
wouldn't be
remember.
here right now.
What is the episode I didn't like? I liked all of them. Oh man, they were all good.
I'm confused because I'm
They're all
reading.
big.
Pony season 1.
So let's see. Episode 3 was Ticketmaster, and it says Twilight Sparkle decides on who to take to the Pony Gala
Mhm.
since she has an extra ticket. When the
Because they're all
pony...
terrible.
Yeah. Besides Fluttershy, she was just like, I just would like. to-
No, she was bad because she was passive aggressive.
Yeah.
Look,
Mhm.
Laura, I love
No,
you.
I love her too.
It's crazy that
For real.
that was the follow up.
I would just like to ask, well, you know, see,
If you don't think I'm good enough, then okay.
if you don't think I'm good enough, then I'm okay. You can
Episode
manipulate
3.
me any day, boo boo.
Episode 3, the one that began the entire chain of never listening to anyone else.
Episode 3, Rainbow Dash was a dick in episode. One issue.
I mean,
Let's see.
wasn't everyone?
Uh,
I didn't listen
so-
to your issue,
so this
therefore
is-
there's a problem.
This is wrong, right? Because I'm reading the synopsis for the next episode, which was Applebuck season, and it says Princess
Yeah.
Celestia sends Twilight Sparkle 2 tickets for the upcoming gala, and I'm like,
Oh no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the previous episode.
yeah. That's why I was sitting here going, huh?
That one's the one where Applejack gets tired.
And then poisons
That's
everyone and
Applebuck
then gets
season.
sued.
Mm-hmm.
By
oh,
the
that was
city.
funny. She was all drunk and shit. Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
she got sued for that one, poison in Ponyville and all.
Who won in that case?
Party.
Killed me.
Who did win in that case, Race? For those that are wondering, go watch Cartoon Court from Everfree Northwest.
I literally
from
don't remember who
2021.
won that case.
I mean, we
Mm.
all won. The
I-
community won. The fans won.
I think Applejack was let loose for
I think so.
yeah.
Yeah, it was Sweetie Belle that was put
So
to
criminals
death
still
after
out
that.
there.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking that party one
Spoilers.
bullshit. Fuck that episode. That was depressing.
You didn't like
I
that
lo-
one?
I'm joking. Of course, that's not my favorite
I
episode.
loved it.
I was like, wow.
Party of One I love. That one I rewatched.
Flower,
countless times.
like such an underrated character.
The
Yeah,
way that
seriously.
so that
Sweet
was
species.
that was
No!
that was an impact. that part that when Pinky's eyes just float away from each other,
Yeah.
like I was like, holy
Iconic.
shit.
Yeah, that's how I got like several of my friends who were like, Jordan, what the fuck are you watching in college to like check out the show? Like, what is this? Is this for kids? And they're like, oh fuck, and then they got addicted. Fuck.
Well done.
They got
Pinky.
I'm kind of like going through this list of the season 1 episodes, and I feel like
Oh!
maybe my least favorite of those, and this one isn't even that, like, it's not like, oh, I hate this episode. It's just more of like, I think A Bird in the Hoof was probably my least favorite episode in the season.
Was that the one with the
Yeah,
fucking
that's
owl?
definitely a mid.
when Celestia shows up laughing at Fluttershy's
with her
anxiety.
dying
Yeah,
Phoenix.
Fluttershy kidnaps her fucking pet and then like
Oh,
kills it.
For that.
Oh yeah.
It Celestia's just like,
it died
does
of
that
natural
sometimes.
causes.
I know,
Oh.
but
It
like,
was reborn, so it
She
died
snapped
but
its
got
eye.
better. It died but got better.
Was broke. I was
yeah,
sworn it was
Celestia's just like, oh
That
yeah,
was
it
the
does that
Izakora
sometimes.
episode.
It just dies.
The core episode's fantastic.
Like, yeah, I love that they went there with it, and that Sakura became a recurring character.
I wish you showed up more.
I wish she did too.
Yeah, same. So do I. Need
I've
more
said
zebra
this.
representation.
I've said this before,
Hmm.
but the
Jax, do you have an OC?
Yeah, I do.
What is it? What does it look like? I've never seen.
You've never seen my OC? Okay.
I don't think I have.
Somebody was asking in the chat earlier too if you had one.
Wait, who said that?
Yeah, 'cause
What-
they're-
what-
Somebody was just asking in the chat earlier when we started if you had one.
Yeah, 'cause
Am I on the-
you don't have one
Not
on
in
our
the
like.
picture. Let me
regular-
edit myself in the picture real quick. Hold on.
just post a selfie.
There you go. No, there you go. Hold on. Wait, wait. Hold on. I'm gonna screen. Wait, let me go. Semi-perfect podcast.
Where do you want me to get rid of the
And-
chat real quick so you can take
No.
a good screenshot?
Here you go. Here you go.
You
Here
have
you go.
to crudely edit it in with like.
No, there you go. Okay, I'm gonna edit it. Perfect. Perfect. This is for my photo shoot. There we go. I'm now part of the gang, y'all.
Okay.
There we go. There we go.
What kind of weird sitcom on the Disney Channel is this?
Yeah, I know. Those were one of my modeling photo shoots.
Riddle Lightning has.
You're
his work cut
watching
out
the
for him.
Disney Channel.
Uh,
I was gonna say on the episode where
Love it.
well, let me find my OC.
was
Like, we need to
Zecora.
make that a thing. We need to make that a
So-
thing, though.
So with Zecora's episode, I remember seeing the clip of Fluttershy singing.
Yes.
She's an
Evil
evil
enchantress.
but I thought it was a fan edit. So when it actually happened in the show, I was like, "What the fuck?"
Right?
That was a moment. I remember that one vividly.
Oh my god. Yeah, that was a good one. Then they had that freaking like that edit of her doing that one rap with like someone made it look so authentic that I was like,
That's
bruh.
Boom,
was?
boom, boom.
Yeah, boom, 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 boom. That one looks so good. Oh
Boom,
god.
Boom, boom.
Yeah, here you go, Matt. This is what my actual OC looks like pony-wise. That one.
Parentheticals.
Parentheticals. He gets a
Run
puck sit
on
stat.
and on.
That was epic. That was, yeah. That one, that video alone,
I dig it, Jack.
I
No
use that
problem.
that as kind of like a baseline for when I was doing
Yes.
any P&V stuff where I wanted to line up the mouth. I was like, okay, I have to achieve this.
Yeah, Jake Wyman broke that down how this worked because I remember at a con, I think I was like, Jake, can you explain this to me, please? And he like, all right, so what you're doing is you're taking this frame right here and here, and I was just like, so fucking insane.
Yeah.
How much time do you have to do that? That's crazy.
Oh wait, so this was really just taking the select images and basically reanimating the entire scene.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
It's taking what's already animated and then basically masking out the parts of them that you need to move.
Yeah.
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 Still
So
takes a lot of time.
like what you
Which
do.
I'm very interested to see that with the movie and the show for G5 because it's 3D.
YouTube poops.
Yeah, YouTube poops like can do it, but like it not quite as like smooth as like a 2D animated thing where you can actually take like those actual parts of the puppet, of the Flash puppet, and make it look like they're actually saying something. Whereas with this 3D, it's a lot harder to do.
We got 2 super chats that just came in. One was from Anime Guy 1 just saying, "Hi, I'm Jaxblade, and you're watching the Disney Channel." And then Canvas Art sending a super chat asking, "What are each of you looking forward to the most for the G5 movie?" Now, obviously, like we said, we won't be discussing spoilers of any sorts, but my answer to this is just I'm hoping that this brings in a whole new wave of fans and conventions are able to reap the benefits from that, and we're able to keep this fandom going strong and keep hanging out a couple times a year. So yeah, that's my hope.
I'm just looking forward to seeing what they do with it. Like, make it your own, have fun with it, give it the same effort and the original one, or the Generation 4, I should say, not the original one, but like you know what I mean. Hopefully.
Yeah.
I want to see what they do with it. Make it their own and grow. Have some fun.
Anyone
and if
else?
the effort's there, we'll love it.
I mean, from what I've seen so far, I just want to see more of Izzy because I already like her.
How much more do you want to see of Izzy?
How much more
I don't know. I mean,
is
she's
there?
already naked.
Yeah!
They don't normally wear
Confirmed
clothes.
Paleo is watching for the plot.
That's right. There was a moment, right, where Applejack points that out.
Yeah, that was like the last episode.
You know we don't wear clothes, right?
Barely wear clothes.
And all of us bronies were like, yeah! And they're like, yeah.
Like, oh god, so fucking hot, dude.
Hey, Race, I just pulled it up. I'm a little sad to say that the Fluttershy cut you referenced, posted in 2011, only has 84,000 views.
Oh no!
Oh. Was that a re-upload
Yeah.
though? That's my question.
No, well, I mean, it was uploaded in 2011, so I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible, but unlikely.
That's amazing to me. That should have millions
It
of
is.
views.
That should have millions of views.
Is it like 240p? Like how
No.
YouTube can't retain quality for anything?
I mean, I put the link in the podcast chat. You can feel free to post it to the main if you want, but
That'll be our outro music.
Sure.
there you go.
Good luck with your
Should be.
monetization there, Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
You take some, then some, then some,
Goodbye,
then
art
some.
fellow.
It takes a bu-
Ass.
and the
Stack. Stack.
It says bleep. It says that. Is that one song from Proud Family that's just all random bleep noises and shit like that because I can't say it?
Oh, what,
damn.
Sarah?
Kibari Art Fellow has a question. Asks us, have any of you ever seen a Big Mac pumpkin before? They're huge. All right, I got a
Like a
little-
McDonald's?
Like, yeah, I was gonna say that too.
Big-
McDonald's.
Big Mac pumpkin.
I saw Big Mac pumpkin and I was like, oh boy, I don't like where this combo's going.
Oh, geez, they are massive. Those are the those are the big ones that, as a kid, you wanted to take home, but your parents like, no, get something sensible, you idiot.
Yeah.
This is sensible.
This
They
is
are
such.
Big Mac
weighing
pumpkin.
between 50 and 200
and there's literally
pounds.
a Big Mac pumpkin.
Oh my god.
Oh my god,
Oh
what
my
the
God.
hell? What?
It's a pumpkin that has fucking tomato, lettuce, cheese,
Oh, that's
and a big
nasty.
ass burger patty.
That's
And-
I
Chili.
appreciate that. They've done well.
That's a lot of tomatoes.
And the
Oh
sesame
man,
seed
just
pumpkin,
biting
don't
into
forget
that. Ugh.
Yeah, I don't like. I don't get good vibes from that, but I do like that they use pumpkin seeds as the sesame seeds.
Mm.
That is a nice touch. I didn't notice that at first. Now, do you think if you fell on that, it would get squashed?
Yeah, because it's a squash. Squash is a different type of vegetable. I get the joke.
And push the glasses farther up on your face and get back to normal, Jax.
Well, you know how babies are made.
Oh my god.
You have to pumpkin.
Bravo.
I'm gonna be honest. I just made that up, so like I'm really proud of myself.
You should be. That was good.
That's good. Mm.
Waddles asks, "Did you guys watch Scooby-Doo meets Courage the Cowardly Dog?" I have not yet. I gotta do that.
No, I have not
I
seen
like
it either.
it.
Yeah,
I
saw
thought
it.
it was really wholesome. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't like
Yeah.
was the rap scene.
I mean,
That's
Yeah.
stupid.
You take some fuck,
Did it-
then some shit, then some fuck.
Oh,
Did
wow.
it go Titanic 2? Or Titanic
Kinda.
the animated? Like Scooby and Courage, how can you not be wholesome?
Yeah. It was sweet too, especially hearing like freaking Muriel on there, like just one last time. Like, yeah, that was really nice. Mm.
They got the same voice actors and actresses and stuff?
Well, except for Eustace.
Yeah, Eustace, like his second voice actor died in 2016.
Oh.
Yeah, and like his first voice actor died in 2003, so they replaced him when the
Where's
show was
my
still
shit?
running.
Is that show really that old?
Yeah, and also like the
Am
voice
I
actors
really that
were
old is the
like
better
old to begin
question.
with.
Yeah, it's like when Grandpa died in Rugrats, and they like replaced him in the movie.
But he was grandpa.
Yeah.
So what
Yeah.
did he...
Used to walk for 15 miles.
15 miles.
In the
Oh,
snow.
when I was a spud, we used to do this.
When we had to go trick or treating, we had to go 15 miles to the next house, and there were real ghosts.
That's
Yeah,
all
Joseph
us
Pop.
90s kids talking to anyone barn after 1999. That is literally what we all sound like.
Except that in about 50, 60, however many years, we all will be there too.
Yeah, no, we're there now. We're there now, most definitely. What do you mean you got Disney shows whenever you want? Back in my day, we had to watch 15 channels.
15, you were one of them rich kids there. We got like
I
6.
wish I was.
You got a turny dial knob and it clicked and like you got static on a couple channels. That's how you
We
played your
couldn't
video
use the
games.
internet. And we couldn't use our phone when on the internet.
Dude,
We
when I
could
was a
only
kid,
be on there for
internet
30
didn't
minutes.
exist.
Back in my day,
A lot of
Game
people don't
Boys
know
didn't
this.
have lights on them.
A lot of people don't know that Matt is actually in his 60s.
Yeah, black don't crack, baby.
Aged well.
I said Matt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he gets a card.
And others maybe didn't know that Matt's black. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
You
I heard you say that Matt was in his 60s. Did you say Jax was in his 60s?
No, I definitely said you were, and then
Yeah, then everyone else made me black, so yeah, that's news to me.
Hey. Sorry about your rights, but okay. I say that out loud. I'm sorry.
I mean, you did, but don't be sorry
Yeah.
about it. I will work with what I have, and I will make the best of it.
Oh God. Yeah.
Probably.
oh boy.
Maybe.
Well, I think on that.
Oh, we can't end on that.
No, that'll be the last thing.
No,
Do we have another question?
Let's do this one.
Okay.
From Nathaniel Foga. Who was a celeb and/or voice actor you guys were excited to see at a convention you went to?
Every
M.A.
time.
Larson.
Larson.
He's not an actor or a celebrity.
He's a celebrity within the brony fandom.
He's just like the fucking janitor who's like, hey, I'm glad to see this guy. No.
I mean, it's going to date me in the community a bit, but I think mine would, like, when you say celebrity, when you open it up that broadly, and I won't say broadly because, yeah, it's pretty cool. Meeting Ed and Jimmy that first year I went to Everfree, up in the music room and, like, just getting to hang there, that was pretty awesome.
I think the biggest celebrity I've met, I think it's for both me and Saber too. It's like Andrew WK at
you're
Candlelight
welcome.
Gardens, where you did an interview with him.
Didn't he smell like pizza? You said.
Body odor.
A pizza calzone? No.
Yeah, he was a big guy. Like he's very big. Like he's very
Well, like-
tall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Not
like very
Huge.
tall and muscular. Yeah.
Okay.
Party.
I mean, Scott from this year's Everfree was pretty awesome.
Scott?
like the guy who runs it.
The ultimate
The
celebrity.
celebrity.
Now Matt's just
The
naming
ultimate
people.
celebrity.
Now I'm just giving
We're kind of
shout-outs.
skirting the definition here.
The guy who gave me
I-
my food at the Wendy's cashier is probably my favorite celebrity.
I think one of the biggest pleasant surprises that completely caught me off guard was I'd probably say Maurice Lamarche.
Ooh,
Yeah.
You got to meet him.
Maurice Lamarche.
We met him at BabsCon.
Yep.
We
That's
were,
awesome.
Yeah, we were on the of all things the drinking panel with him. And
Who doesn't drink?
He
And
took notice of that.
Wasted.
He actually pulled me aside after the panel. He's like, I noticed that you weren't drinking, and we because he was someone who also does not drink, at least maybe at all, but he was just he was asking. He's like, oh, are you like staying sober or whatnot? And I was like, oh, to be honest, I never really drink at all, but it kind of opened up a little bit about like his past and whatnot and why he doesn't drink, and but he was just a cool guy. Like, it was like, I'm just like, wow, like this is Maurice Lamarche, and he approached me to have a brief conversation. I'm like, that's always, I really appreciate people like that, especially in that celebrity role, who will take the time out. Like, hey, I'm at this convention, but it's not like I'm on stage, the mic's on, the mic turns off, I go out the back door, and he was, I don't know, I was really surprised. Like, for somebody who I didn't really like, he's one of those people who if I paid more attention to what he's in, I'd be like, holy crap, he's in like a whole lot of shit from my childhood. But
Might be.
yeah, I just was like, I learned a lot of that after the fact of all the stuff he's been in, and just getting to meet him. I was like, this guy's just cool. He's just chill. He's just like, hey, he's a pleasant guy. Like I said, like to put it into perspective, this was a late night panel. It was probably like after 11 o'clock. And even though he had just had a full day of panels and signings and all this stuff, he was still in a great mood. And I was like,
Awesome.
that's cool. This guy's at a pony convention, probably going, I don't know what the hell's going on.
Do you think not knowing what he was in and all that affected your meeting him? And if you knew what he was in, do you think that would have affected your meeting him in any different way?
When it comes to voice actors, it's a little different, I guess. Because Sarah, on the other hand, like when we'll go and see an animated movie, there will be times where Sarah goes, I think this is blank. And I'll be like, really? And then she'll look it up and she's right. Like where I can do that with soundtracks, I can't do that with voices. It does not translate. And so that's where I lack that connection of like, oh my gosh, this person's been all over, unless I look it up beforehand. I knew some of the big roles like that Maurice Lamarche. Obviously, I knew the pony role that he had done, which is probably his biggest role he's ever done.
Yes,
but I knew, I knew
One
like
and only.
Brain and all that stuff. Once I looked into it, I was like, oh my gosh, this guy's like all over the childhood, and he was cool. So yeah. Like I said, that was kind of on the realm of surprise, pleasant surprise too. Did we get another super chat? By the way? Did everyone answer this question before we move on?
Sure.
Okay. What is our last question of the
Our
day?
last question, super chat, from Ambazar. How do you feel about having a male in the main five? I'm fine with it.
I'm
Okay.
down with it.
Yeah.
As long as he has a good character, I'm cool with it.
That's 20%.
it's just-
And I wouldn't say cooler.
There it is.
No, I'm just kidding.
it's not a
No, I
big
mean,
deal.
I'm fine
They
with it. Like,
Here's webs.
I feel obviously like the main six that we had in Gen 4, like it was predominantly, save for a few episodes, most of which they either featured Big Mac or Spike. It was predominantly or Discord, yeah, a female-driven show.
Yeah.
And that worked fine with attracting not only obviously us bronies, but I felt like boys and girls alike of the age show demographic. So
Yes, 6 to 60.
But I mean, I'm fine with it. Like you
Yeah.
said, it's more about the character. Like Let him be a
Yes.
good character.
Mhm.
If it's a token guy, I don't care. If he has a good character, yeah, cool, awesome.
They did this for Rule 34 artists. Let's be real.
Yeah.
They're like the Gen 4 people
No.
had to deal with
Material.
way too many strap-ons. Like, we're gonna have to help out.
Some disgruntled producer from Hasbro is like, I'm changing this.
And see, and here we are saying, why didn't they send us a preview of the movie? Why did Little Shy get it? And then it's like they probably went onto our podcast and went, well, let's hear what these people have to say.
It's because you happen to know one of the editors of the movie, and he's like, no.
It's the porn. And on that note, want to thank everybody for coming to the Semi Perfect Podcast.
Yes.
We
Looking forward to the porn. No.
I mean, the movie.
Speak for yourself.
Are you not? Are you not?
Matt.
Good night, everybody.
Disgust me.
Hashtag Black Matt.
Hashtag Black.
Hashtag Black Matt. His life.
Stop it.
No.
Sarah, we
Oh,
gotta
no.
thank our super chatters.
Yeah. Thanks to Anime Guy 01, Canvas Art, and Bazaar. YouTube still hasn't figured out.
It's
how
still
to...
doing the thing.
Yeah, it's still doing
I
the
know we
thing.
got Drummer Shy earlier, and it
Thank
won't let you
you
scroll any
to-
further.
Thank you
Nora.
to everyone who sent the super
Nora,
chat.
Nora sent it.
Yeah.
Super chat.
50 of them.
Anime guy always.
The Anime Guy was all over there.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you to all of you for
Yeah.
your generosity, Rarity.
Generosity.
We'll be back in 2 weeks. Sarah, what's the date?
The date.
What are we gonna talk about?
Gonna be October 6th.
Oh my gosh, October 6th. It's gonna be a busy
We're talking
week.
about Halloween.
Yeah.
Oh, we
Spooky
might
Spooky
even
stuff.
discuss the movie.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, don't count on it though.
like if it comes up, if someone asks in a super chat or something. No, but yeah, we're gonna have a lot to talk about on the next show. Again, thank you to everybody, not only for tonight showing up, but also those of you that showed up for the Bronies React. And
You're welcome.
yeah,
Yay.
what a fun couple of days, Sarah.
Yeah.
So that's a wrap here. Semi Perfect Podcast. You all have a good night, and we will see you on October 6th.
Damn ponies.
Good night,
Damn.
everybody.
Bye. Bye.